The Whitaker family dinner hummed beneath chandeliers at the country club. My sister Clara recounted her latest promotion at Halberd and Company, while our parents nodded like metronomes. I forked at my salad, measuring breaths, waiting for the pivot. "And you, Nora?" Mom asked, smoothing a napkin as if it could iron my life flat. "Still doing that online thing?" I hid a smile. "Still building," I said. They thought I blogged about productivity. They didn't know ArcLight Systems had just closed a merger I'd chased for 18 months. My phone buzzed under the table, the haptic pattern only my CFO uses. Closed. Valuation cleared north of 500. Dad set his glass down with the gravity of a sermon. "You're 32. Hobbies end now. Time for a real job." Clara's champagne chimed. "I could refer you for an analyst program." I opened my laptop, its matte finish as unassuming as I'd intended. "Before the intervention, a quick show and tell." Dad raised a palm. "Nora, this is not the time for your internet stories." A dashboard bloomed, revenues, geographies, and a number at the top so large it quieted the table. I turned it toward them. "That's my company," I said. Mom's glass paused. "That number must be a demo." "Live data," I said. "ArcLight builds trading software. You've met it without knowing." Clara leaned in. "Our new platform." "That's you?" Another buzz. "Board request from Halberd. Urgent." The club manager appeared, addressing me by the surname no one here links to the quiet daughter. Dad blinked, recalculating. Mom pressed the napkin harder, as if pressure could reverse a reveal. I closed the laptop. "Tomorrow, come to my place," I said. "You'll see the rest." By morning, my loft smelled like cardamom and solder. Screens stitched a soft aurora across the brick, code whispering in rows. Clara arrived first, early in a blazer that could cut glass, followed by my parents, who hesitated at the door like tourists at a border crossing. "This is home?" Dad asked. "It's also headquarters," I said, brushing a crumb from the workbench. ArcLight began here, no ping-pong tables, just prototypes and rent due. I powered up a demo cluster. 3 microservices woke, then a 4th that watches markets like a lifeguard. Clara leaned closer, curiosity leaking through her poise. "So you sell speed?" "I sell judgment," I said. "Signals, not rumors." Mom trailed her fingers over a framed patent. "Nora Whitaker, that's you." Before I could answer, my CFO, Jay, pinged on the wall display. Regulators scheduled a supervisory call at noon. A competitor had leaked that we were over-levered. False, but sticky. I pulled up exposure maps, links blooming between nodes like constellations. "Watch," I said, running a stress scenario. Liquidity tremors rippled, then stabilized as our risk engine rebalanced. Dad sat. "You built all this?" he asked. "With a team," I said. "But I wrote the first risk module, saved us in March." Clara exhaled. "The leak. Can it hurt you?" "It can slow us," I said. "Unless we own the narrative." I dialed into the call. Faces tiled the monitor. 2 examiners, counsel, and an old professor who'd once warned I was too stubborn to lead. I walked them through the balance sheet, then released a sanitized dashboard to the press room. While they read, I poured my family tea. The professor cleared his throat. "Impressive, Miss Whitaker. Proceed." At noon, I left them with Jay and walked into Halberd's boardroom, a glass box above the city. Reporters crowded the lobby. The leak worked. I kept my voice level as the chair called order. "We'll begin with transparency," I said, projecting ArcLight's positions, hedges, and counterparty ladders. "Then we'll show proof." On cue, Jay routed a live market feed. A mid-cap in our coverage gapped down on a rumor. Our engine throttled exposure, rotated liquidity, and net risk fell in seconds. Murmurs turned to pencils scratching. The chair folded his hands. "What about governance?" "Independent audit, quarterly stress tests, and a kill switch with 2 keys, mine and Jay's," I said. "Halberd gets red access and veto on limits." The professor from the call joined by video. "Her math checks out," the competitor's CEO, slick grin, slipped into counsel's seat. "Cute show, Nora," he said. But your growth is a mirage. I opened the final slide, his firm's IP hitting our staging yesterday. Your leak came from a failed intrusion. We patched at dawn and filed the report an hour ago. The room stiffened. Counsel whispered to him. Cameras caught the exchange through the glass. The chair nodded once. We proceed. After, I stepped into sunlight. My parents stood by the elevators, unsure whether to cheer or apologize. Mom spoke first. You didn't need our permission, she said, but you have our pride. Dad offered a hand, then pulled me into an awkward hug. I was wrong, he whispered. Teach me what you do. That night, Clara texted, If you'll have me, I want in. I looked around the humming loft, thought of every door I'd opened alone, and replied, Let's build together.